Hello and welcome to yet another edition of Trends on LJE News, where we bring you the latest and developing stories in and across Nigeria and Africa. My name is Omotola Adeleke. Do well to be part of our online growing community by hitting that follow, like, and share button right now on all platforms at LJE News. Now, joining me in the studio is Mr. Shadrach. Mr. Shadrach, nice to have you once again in the studio.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
We also have Esther here with us. Esther, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Judith, you're also welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Let's quickly run through our headlines for this edition of Trends. Atiku's son, Defects to APC, pledges support for Tinubu's re-election in 2027. Federal government didn't pause tax guidelines. Taiwo Oyedele calls contradictory report fake news. Federal government withdraws charges as court ends legal battle with Senator Akpoti Uduaghan. And now to the lead story. Atiku Abubakar, popularly known as Abba, and son of former Vice President and 2023 PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, has defected from the People's Democratic Party PDP to the ruling All Progressives Congress APC, pledging to work for President Bola Tinubu's re-election in 2027. The defection was announced on Thursday at the National Assembly in Abuja and is widely seen as a symbolic boost for the APC, particularly in the Northeast. Abba was received by the Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Barau Jibrin. Alongside key party leaders, he directed members of his political platform, formerly the Haske Atiku organization, to join the APC. And of course, support Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. APC leaders described the move as strategic and far-reaching, assuring Abba of full integration and equal opportunities within the party. The event climaxed with the renaming of its political structure to the Haske Bola Tinubu organization, signaling full political realignment. This is the video. All right, Mr. Shadrach, on this particular news, the son of Atiku Abubakar defected to the All Progressives Congress APC and also declaring support for Tinubu. We would want to call this a political misalignment between father and son. Should Atiku be worried? Is this going to affect the chances of Atiku come 2027?
Thank you for that question, but I don't think it's anything to cause headache on Atiku Abubakar. He has also fast responded that is the beauty of democracy. I don't think that will set any upset. We've seen governors defect to the ruling party and they still lost, those states. For me, he's a matured man, he's an adult, and he has the right of choice. Recall when his father defected from the PDP to ADC, he didn't move. So perhaps he didn't believe in the ideology of the ADC or that convocation of those different political alignments. So he had a choice. He perhaps had his own ambition. Who knows if he wants to run for governor? Who knows what his ambition is? And he felt the right place to get that sorted is in the APC. For me, I don't see that as anything wrong. He made his choice. We saw in the last election in 2023, the deputy governor of the Lagos State, son, was an obedient, championed the cause of Peter Obi, and of course, the APC lost in Lagos. So he has his right.
But working against his father, especially in support of Tinubu, don't you think it's going to translate from political to personal problems between the both of them?
Of course, we saw that happen in Kwara State many years ago. Olusola Saraki and his dad. Like I said, he's a full-blown adult. So if they have any differences within father and son, it's none of our business. They will sort it out. But I don't think that is going to cause any injury to Atiku Abubakar's presidential.
Now, you don't see the incumbent federal government or Tinubu per se, using Atiku's son against Atiku come 2027 elections.
What if that is a political strategy to have his son spy on on the APC for him. So who is not thinking in that direction?
So don't you think Atiku should be worried?
Like I said, he will not be worried. We have seen people of same political family separate. I just quoted in Lagos State, the deputy governor's first son campaigned against APC in the last election. And nothing happened. APCC retained the state. So it can happen to anybody. Today, P2B is in ADC. That's Baba Ahmed is still in Labour Party. So why are we not complaining about that?
Okay. Judith, don't you think Atiku should be worried? You know, as a young person that you are, imagine you having, you know, your dad, you know, doing something else entirely, and you have a different ideology. Don't you think it can translate into a family dispute?
I think if it does translate into a family dispute, it concerns their family. Because also, like Mr. Shadrack asked, what is the guarantee that Atiku is not using his son to spy on the APC? What if that's what is happening here? What if that's some sort of strategy to spy on the APC? Okay. So I don't think it should cause any family issues or
because if you're using Atiku's son to spy on Atiku, who is in the ADC, perhaps it might translate into a family issue, and from there into a community issue. Before you know it, it's because these are leaders in the society. Answer quickly before I send the questions to, because I see Mr. Shadrack smiling. But let's hear from you first.
Okay, so I also agree to the fact that it's not really a problem for Atiku if his son is defecting from one political party to the other, because he has his own ambition, right? He's a grown-ass adult. He has his own designations to what he wants to do as a political leader that he is. So if he decides that, oh, okay, this party is not favorable for the position he's aspiring, it's okay for him to move. And if it causes a family rift whatsoever, they'll find a way to sort it out.
Because I'm thinking beyond just family rift. This might skyrocket into something else. Perhaps a ripple effect. You know, there might be a chain to this. It might even lead from political to family, from family, and then back to political, and probably affecting even Nigerians.
You know, why I'm taking this very lightly is because of my political education.
Okay.
And that's what we wish for all Nigerians generally. Politics should not be taken like a war or do or die affair. It's a game of interest, solely a game of interest. Like I say, he's a grown, full adult. He has his own ambition. We saw El-Rufai in the last election, 2 of his children, one in APC, the other one in PDP. So they have their right to choices. And Nigeria should borrow a leaf. You should not stick your neck for an election because of tribe, religion, or proximity to the other person.
It's not family.
Or family. It's not a matter of choice. What if he does not believe? Perhaps he does not want, he belongs to the Gen Zs that says, let the youth bear the rule. What if that is the case and he disagrees with his father? Please, daddy, don't run. And his father says, okay, to show that I don't support you running, I have to leave. What if that is the case?
Okay.
So we shouldn't take it very serious. Let's allow it at personal level.
All right, let's allow personal to be personal and political to be political at the same time. Moving on to the second story. The chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, has dismissed report claiming the federal government paused the issuance of implementation guidelines for the new tax laws due to uncertainty. A media report had alleged that Oyedele instructed the Nigerian Revenue Service and the Joint Revenue Board to halt action because the final versions of the laws were unclear. Speaking at the 2026 Economic Outlook event in Lagos, Oyedele acknowledged discrepancies in versions of the tax laws in circulation and explained that his team sought clarification from the government printer as required by law. However, he said printed copies were unavailable pending legislative review. Now, Oyedele is coming out to say that the report is false. In fact, publicly labeling it as fake news on his verified X account. Mr. Shadrack, what would you have to say to this latest development? Would you wish the fake news is true?
Well, neither of the above, because I'm very indifferent about what is going on in the federal government with regards to the new tax law. Like I said, it's some commentary, they say, why are you tasking poverty? We can see we have not made improvement in our poverty index. We are still not a poor nation, but extremely poor nation. So that is raised a little more concern for me. But everything about this government seems to be very unclear. You can see that last year they budgeted about 17 billion naira for solar panel in Asuro. This year 20 billion naira for diesel. So very unclear.
And about 500 billion naira for cosmetics and salon in one of our agencies.
All of those things unclear. The super highway from Lagos, coastal highway, and the cost implication unclear. So many things about this administration is unclear, which make me to want to label them as an unclear, administration in terms of policy. So what we should, the federal government should please work for the good of Nigerians, spare us all of this. Perhaps they deliberately will make up all of this to divert attention from the real issues where you see these things coming up. Denial and non-denial is none of our business. They should come up with policies that serve the people. Kick us out of extreme poverty, at least. Let us see our children out of school. Let us see improvement in our healthcare delivery. That is what we want, and not to continue to pile up burdens upon burdens upon burdens upon the people. So he should do well.
Okay, so I want to understand you. Do you have a problem with the new tax laws or not?
Like I said, with very, very indifferent. My reason is that I don't have any problem for anybody who understands economics.
Okay.
You know that tax actually is for the development of the people, but not in today's Nigeria. Over how many trillion missing in NNPC, we've not seen unclear out of what the status is. We saw Dangote labeling petition on the EFCC and ICPC against Nigeria. What happened? He withdrew it unclear. So this, like I said, below over 70 billion case EFCC, they're unclear. There are a lot of things that are very unclear. So putting up tax is not the issue, but what the remittance is meant for will never be clear.
Has the new tax laws been affecting your finances lately?
In fact, my wife used to live with that. Why am I taking this in very unserious? They have been stealing from us from ages. So for me, there is nothing new. Bank have been stealing from us. The government have been stealing from us deliberately. We see it every day. There's no reason why Nigeria should buy fuel above 200 naira. But we do. We tax us, we collect NEPA bills and all of that. And they're not serving us well. Our roads are dead traps. They're not serving us well. So putting up this other one again is just for their personal development and not for community services.
All right. So Esther, again, would you wish the fake news is true? If it's suspended or stopped, or what, would you wish it's true?
Well, I would wish it's true because, this whole tax reform thing is not what Nigeria needs at the time. The people, the masses have better things to do with their finances. And even before they made these tax new reforms, we have been paying taxes before now. And I don't see what the government does with all of this thing. So making it stronger and more tasking for the Nigerians, I don't think this is what the Nigerians need at the time.
So quickly, Judith, if peradventure the new tax laws start affecting you negatively with time, how would you adjust your finances, your spendings, and the rest of them?
If eventually, and as it would obviously begin to affect me, I think there is really nothing to do than to just adjust. Actually, there is just nothing to do. Maybe, as always, somebody said Nigerians just always adjust to things. We are people that just always adjust. No matter how bad it gets, we'll just adjust.
So you're not going to get a piggy box to start saving your money, or probably dig a hole somewhere like we used to do back in the day. But quickly, that was rhetorical, but thank you very much. Commercial break is what we're going through right now. And of course, we will definitely return. We still have Mr. Shadrach, Esther, and Judith with us. And when we return, we'll still bring you the latest on some other stories. So stay with us and keep sharing the stream at LJE News. We will be right back.
Camera rolling. Light set. Sound check. And action.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's program, a program where we get to talk about the daily affairs of legal issues with intent to educate.
This is the perfect space to create professional quality videos, recording news, podcasts, and all media content. With top-of-the-line cameras, studio lighting, soundproof spaces, we provide everything you need for a seamless shoot. Our fully equipped studio ensures high-quality production every time. Enjoy a comfortable, air-conditioned environment with professional-grade gear and expert support. Contact us now or visit our Abuja location to reserve your spot.
Welcome back. Coming up, we'll take a closer look at some other trends making the rounds. At Abuja High Court on Thursday struck out the criminal charges filed by the federal government against the senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, bringing an end to a widely debated legal battle. Court records show that the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation filed a notice of discontinuance, leading to the withdrawal of the criminal defamation and related charges. The case arose from comment allegedly made by the senator during a televised interview and had sparked national debate on free speech and political accountability. Justice C.N. Oji, who presided over the matter, acknowledged the notice and struck out the case, urging restraint in the exercise of prosecutorial powers. Akpoti-Uduaghan described the outcome as the vindication of a commitment to the rule of law. Let's hear from Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan herself.
Too well, but I have this surge of energy. So thank you all so much. I'm actually very honored and overwhelmed with gratitude that we had our first case officially dismissed in the court, which is the High Court of the FCT, and then we'll be heading over to the Federal High Court, whereby we'll hope that the second federal government suit against me will be officially dismissed. So I'm actually so grateful and excited. Even though I wasn't feeling too well, but I have this surge of energy. So thank you all so much.
All right, Mr. Shadrack, you've heard from Senator Natasha's mouth herself. So with this court ruling, does this bring to an end the issue between Akpabio and Senator Natasha?
Well, that I can't tell because I'm not privy to how many other cases were pending. There were a lot of issues around litigation bordering herself, the Senate President in person, herself, Senate President aides, herself, and other defendants.
Okay.
Like the issue of defamation against Yabelo himself and another senator, Square Penyon, which she alleged were planned assassination.
So there are other cases.
There are other cases. So this may be just one of those cases. But particularly, I think my attention was drawn. I remember there was a public outcry at the time where this is fight between two senators. Why did the federal government, through the Attorney General, take up the case against another person? That is expending federal government's money, time, and resources against another senator, whereas there are just two people fighting. I think that was a public outcry. So if the Attorney General withdraws, I think that is it's okay for us without looking very well. Some of undercurrent, we don't know what would have transpired for them to withdraw that case. But again, we say the people's senator.
So I don't know. I want to get you. Are you saying they should look back into the matter? They should look back into the case and not just.
No, if they withdraw it, that is what the public in the first place had condemned the move of federal government.
Because she seems happy. She seems happy.
Very well,
like
because
whatever case that might come subsequently might just be minor issues.
That's why I say we are not privy to some of the undercurrent agreement that they had to withdraw all of that. I recall the Senate President when they resumed before the Christmas was talking about them, withdrawing some of those cases. They were very good old-time family friends with the husband, and all things were going very well until, suddenly something went wrong. But that again is just issues on the public. I mean, personal issues with them that they drag to the public, but scandalizing the National Assembly itself, robbing in the federal government through Attorney General. But if they withdraw, that is what was supposed to be from the first place. The federal government is not supposed to take up case against Natasha, wherein they are fighting with another senator.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Shadrack. Esther, quickly, like I said before, Natasha seems happy. She seemed to be joyful with the court ruling that happened recently. But there's still this allegation. She came the other time, she has proofs, she has. So for accountability's sakes, do you think she should just rest at this and just forget about what had happened, despite the fact that the federal government withdrew the case against her? Doesn't this show that she's, probably lying, that whatever happened had happened? So do you think she should just stop at this? Because if she's sure of what had happened in the past with her, Senator Akpabio and Yahaya Bello, if she's so sure about what had happened, I think she should still push the case for that until there's something to justify that she's right. So do you think she should just stop at this?
I think this has gone on for too long. It can be draining mentally and physically. And this is a case of the federal government intervention as well. So even if she's not emotionally happy that it drops the case, but at least for peace of mind, she has gone through a whole lot in this whole back and forth thing. Even as a woman, that kind of scandal being out there, character defamation, she being in the picture, all of that, at least it's a thing of joy that it has come to an end.
All right. Thank you very much, Esther. So that's it for today's edition of Trends on LJE. Many thanks to Mr. Shadraka for coming around, of course.
Thank you.
Judith and Esther, thank you very much for your input on the matters.
Thank you so much.
To our viewers and listeners out there, make sure to follow, like, and share at LJE News on all social media platforms to stay in the loop. Join the conversation ahead of our next show, of course. My name is Omotola Adeleke. See you next time. Bye for now.